Mr. Nosy, the dude who snapped a while back. He drunk again, basically. I smelled it when I came up the stairs earlier. But look at Mr. Nosy. No shame in his game. Just nosy. He is into it too. I'm gonna let him have it. I want to show you something real quick. So this is one of his bed areas. Now we share this space and I'm okay with that, but he can sleep right here. Now since he's been in trouble, this is the stuff that goes in his cage, his 3 pillows. And believe it or not, he's more butthurt about not having his stuff in his cage than anything. Now he's comfortable right now, which is good. But honestly, he's really sad about this being out of his cage. A cage is always seen as negative, but for him, he's most comfortable in his cage. Like, when I can't find him, he's in his cage. He comes in here and he chills, but I made it like that on purpose. And then plus, this light right here, oh, so peaceful. Like, I hated it at first, but then I was like, hey, that's like a bright light in my house. So when you make it really, really dark, it's so peaceful. I'm gonna let you enjoy his peace for a little bit. tonight's din. I don't know what it is about sweet and sour chicken when I'm on my period, but most definitely this is a period meal for me. But on the bright side, I want to talk about something a little bit crazy. So I was at work, I was watching Peyton's vlog. She went to Benihana's, didn't show the food or nothing. Out the blue, I'm like, I want some sweet and sour chicken. Now, besides Timmy Chan's, Red Pepper is like the only place I go to for some sweet and sour chicken. It's light, it's not too heavy, and the chicken actually tastes like light and just like chicken. That's besides the point. So the one thing about me is, like, I'll say I'll do something after work, but once I get off, I'll be tired. So I'm like, I'm going home. But like immediately after, I was like, I'm gonna go get me some Chinese food. Something in my head was like, God says, go get that Chinese food. And I'm not even gonna lie, I tried not to go get the Chinese food just because I was being lazy. But every time I'm like, I'm not gonna go, I'm gonna save my little coins, you know. I don't really eat out. And then also, I am slightly scared to eat this because I really don't like chicken anymore. So I'm very lenient on getting chicken meals and stuff like that. But something in me all day was like, no, God really did tell you to go get your meal. So I went and got my meal. So let's see if it's going to be good. But I just felt like I had to share that. Because sometimes, like, you do self-sabotage yourself. No, this is mine. You had your food. Move. It's my food. You do self-sabotage yourself from getting your want sometimes. And lately, God has been giving me everything I want. I took it off, but like the Eva Marcel necklace that I got, like literally I was at the doctor's office, this girl had a cute teddy bear necklace, and I was like, ooh, that's cute. Now, was it something I would have gotten in the future? Yes, but it wasn't something like dire hard, I need that type of necklace thing. But sometimes God has a weird way of giving you what you want when you least expect it, and he made a way for me to get me a teddy bear necklace. So sometimes listen to God. God be guiding you, but you just got to be open to it. I just have to share that for anybody who, you know, in their head something's like, God's telling me to do this. Like, do it. See what happens. You might appreciate it. It might be what you want, or it may take you to that next level that God is trying to guide you to. So yeah, I'm about to enjoy my Chinese food. Probably about to eat and watch Housewives of Atlanta. It's about the only thing I've been wanting to watch lately. If you got any good show ideas, let me know in the comments below. Thank you, guys. Bye. This boy here, he know me so well. He been waiting for some chicken, because he knows me to the point where he know I wasn't going to finish this all. But he don't know I'm saving this for later and tomorrow and so forth and so forth. Like this, I eat that forever since I got the air fryer. But he's so smart. He really is. But the thing about it is he smells how much it is. Like, I cooked meat one time, and even I was like, I'm not going to eat all of this. And sure enough, and he smelled it, and he was like, you ain't going to eat all of that. Like, literally, he looked at me and like, you ain't eating all that. Some of that is mine, which it was. But, yeah, he been waiting on some chicken. Waiting on chicken because he know I ain't going to eat it. But he can't go outside and act right. Can't go outside and act right. But you can show act right for some chicken. But you're not getting no chicken. And that's lay down. That's lay down. That's take a nap. I'm trying to teach him to lay down now. He know how to sit. Now I'm trying to get him to learn lay down. All right, about to go get the special oil so we can cook it in the oven. And I'm so excited because this Houston heat really did cook it. Looking on my balcony, it's a little junky, but oh my God, it is green. This is what the Houston sun did. Look at that. Ugh, I really didn't want to shake it up, but I'm going to have to shake it up. Look at that. I really don't have to cook it, but I'm going to cook it still because I want to make sure I get everything. Let's go put it in the oven. say? I'm coming back. So I do want to attempt to make some sugar with it. I don't know. I may get lazy, but I have the oven on 200 right now. I may cut it up to 225, 235 max. I'm gonna cook it for 4 hours. Depending on what time the alarm goes off, it may be longer. I don't know. It just depends on how I feel when the alarm go off. So literally, I just take the top off of this hoe. I'm sorry. Let me stop talking like that. So yeah, I'm gonna take the top off. Sorry. Okay. Okay. You don't smell like nothing. You don't smell like nothing. That's what it looked like. That's why I wouldn't cook it. Because normally I should smell it. So the oven is nice and warm. And we just gonna place it on the cooking sheet. And honestly, this is something else I do. Put another sheet on top and seal it in. This nigga literally done unscrew his toy to get to the treat. It looks so gross, but yes. Ooh, look at that hair. Ugh. This dude done literally, I thought he was unscrewing it when I had to screw it back yesterday, I think. But yes, he done unscrewed it. I found this on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck? Yes. But I ain't mad at him. He's smart. Okay, so this has been soaking in the car for 2 days, outside 1 day, so that's 3 days. And I'm just gonna pour it in here and strain it. Get it all out. I'll let that sit backwards, make sure everything drains, and then it did not evaporate much. Oh, excuse me, at all. That's about much, and it's really, really green. So I just got to the farmer's market. I'm about to get me some Palo Santo. I don't know. I don't think I'm getting any herbs today, but I do need some herbs. So yeah, I'm gonna show you one of the farmer's markets I like to come to. I specifically go to this one specific place. None more, none less. In and out. It's a lot of people here. I don't do the crowds. I don't normally come here on a weekend, but I really, really want some Palo Santo. So yeah, let's go. coming back for dinner. Ooh, I gotta hurry up and come back because I want my burger. But he got so excited, he freaked me out. Like, the one thing about our locations is he loved them. Like, he was so excited once he realized where he was. And the thing about it is, we've never came the way we came together before. So the fact that he just instantly, as soon as we hit the corner, was like, wait, hold up. Is this what I think it is? Literally, I stopped because I thought he had the boo-boo. And he scarred me. So I stopped and baby, he was so happy. I'm like so happy for him because like he was just excited. Like I knew he was just excited to be in the area that like we all love. So yeah, I let him get a quick little walk. We ran together real quick. So yeah, we about to go back on the freeway, head to the beach. Guess this is kind of like a road trip type of thing. I don't know, but hey, I'm here for it. It's Kamil. So today is Sunday, July the 31st, and I don't have to go in till about 2, so I wanted to take that time to tell you guys how yesterday went. So I went and I volunteered. My friend has her own organization, and literally I got a whole case of spinach, which I gave somebody else some spinach. I got a whole thing of limes, which I gave her a whole bag of limes. But the most important thing for me is I have a whole bag of guacamole. Mangoes. And I feel so loved because my friend personally packed my mangoes for me. I feel like a little big baby, I know. But yes, so I have my fruit that I'm not going to eat it all, but I can have this in the drawer and cooked and ready to go real quick. And then I got some cucumbers, which I got 4, and then I gave the other person 4. So I think what I want to do is make a tea with these limes. Try to make like some lime water and use this cold brew tea to kind of like add a little extra flavor to it. So that's what I'm about to make. All I need is like one cucumber. These things are big. Probably get one of these softer ones first. Yeah, I think that's the softest one. And then I'm going to wash the limes in some water. And then this is the cold brew to go thingy. I'm going to put it in there. And then if I can reach this, I gotta get my stool. Okay. And then I have this. Sorry. And I can put some ice in it if I want as well. And I'm gonna use bottled water, cold, already bottled water. So being a girl and whatever people judge you on when you go to places is really hard, because one thing about me is every car I've had, I lived, I've learned, and you're supposed to know more about your cars. That way when you go to places, they don't, hey, calm it down. That way when you go to places, you don't have to worry about if somebody is taking advantage of you now. So when I got my car, my dude who helped me at the bank, he was like, he gave me the warranty, and he was like, anything go wrong with the car, take it to the Cadillac dealership. I did that, and hey, calm it down. I did that, gave them the warranty, gave them the time to call, check, do whatever they had to do to understand, what all they want to cover for me. Hold on real quick, because I got to move him. He don't understand. Okay, so I took my car to the dealership. So my first time I went to ask about my headlamp. And he was like, okay, we're going to have to get an appointment to find out how much it's going to cost. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I respected that. But at the end of the day, I get there today, and he's like, okay, so just to even check to make sure, it's going to be $189. And then if it's just the bulb, that's pretty much what it's going to go towards. But if it needs a bulb, which I don't understand why a bulb would need to cost more, but whatever, it's gonna be more. So I'm like, okay, give me both price options. Can't give me both price options. I don't understand that, but I do understand. Hush! I do understand that, that's how they try to get you in. So what pissed me off now, looking at this piece of paper, is the fact that from the very beginning, he could have told me this price for the headlamp. Like, I went there specifically for that. He could have told me from the get-go, like, even if your warranty isn't covered, like, this is the starting price. So, of course, true car dealership person, they gonna tack on some shit. But the thing about it is, I understand that although you may say these are all things that need to be done, they may not all be top priority. And 100% if, like, these things need to be done. Like, the one thing about it is, I know for a fact, like, the fluid, cooling fluids, the brake fluid, like, I know that for a fact. I can get that easily probably taken care of at AutoZone. So I'm going to first go to my place where I get my oil change at, because if they can do it, I would rather go to people I know who aren't going to bullshit me. And then if I need an actual mechanic, there's a guy there who has a Cadillac, and he takes care of me every time. So I think I already told him, like, if I ever need a mechanic, I'm coming to him. So I'm just gonna go there, see if I can find a mechanic. I do want to talk to the bank about, like, understanding my warranty, since the dealership gave me such a runaround for just to understand. Like, my thing is this, and this is how they get you, because they give you the runaround, they try to confuse you, and then they want to tack on this big ass bill at the end of the fucking thing. No, it don't work like that. I take every diagnosis that they're giving me, which it's always been free when I took my Altima to the Nissan dealership. I never had to pay for my diagnostics or anything like that. So literally, what I always end up doing is, yeah, I'll go to the dealership, but when I know it's bullshit and I see the bullshit and smell the bullshit, like, yes. So, like, it's like he steady kept trying to tack on, this may be wrong and this may be wrong. And I was like, no. One thing, and the thing about it, I was like, once he started being like, oh, and then once we can get in there, I was like, okay, no. I need to specifically know what my starting price is going to be. Because what we're not going to do is we not about to say, yes, go ahead and do it. And then you keep tacking on more and more of a price. I'm not going to be flabbergasted by the end of the day price, because you steady saying this needs to be done. So I'm glad I most definitely followed my first mind, because 100% in my head I was like, I already knew this wasn't gonna go good. And the thing about it is, once I told him to write down everything, he started acting like he didn't know what to write down. And I'm like, no, all those pictures you took, write that down so I can call my uncle and grandpa and they can better understand exactly what you're trying to say. So I'm glad I did that, because once I get home, I'm like, baby, he really thought I was stupid. And the thing about it is, work on your acting, bruh. Work on your acting. Now, I had the visual picture where I saw that one of the coolings was low. Fine, okay, but where you lost me was when you was like, ooh, I've never seen this so low before. Yeah, work on your acting skills, because then and there I knew I still had a minute until I needed to replace it. So, but of course, me just seeing, like, for myself, in my head, I was like, okay, that for sure, that's a must. It's not a must where it's like, oh, I'm gonna die, but most definitely, that is something that I need to work towards, which goes back to the what's that? The brake fluid is low. So yeah, the thing about it is, I knew it. I knew something about my brakes needed to be done because of the sound that it would make. And I know what it sounds like when I need brake pads and stuff like that. But it was dope to kind of see the pictures of, like, you know, my car and shit. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hopefully take you guys on this journey to see, like, maybe just because it's from the dealership don't mean it's always good. Now, if I had money, I'm lying. I I'm lying. Even if I had money, I probably still wouldn't take my car to the dealership. So, I want to get the stuff that I know I probably can get fixed done today easily, or at least find somebody who can do it, and then I can still probably hit up my grandpa and my uncle if I need them, and they can help me with it. But for the most part, I try to do everything myself, not because I'm Miss Independent, but it's like, if I know I can handle it, why not handle it? Like, I don't let it get down to the part where like, ugh, dire need or anything like that. But most definitely, like, I'm not their responsibility. Like, that's my mind. Like, and it's like, you already got to deal with my mom and my sister. Like, you don't, and then your own kids. And like, yes, I know they don't mind, and that's not even a problem for me anymore, because I've just never had support like that from, you know, people who I lived in the house with. So it takes some getting used to. But me just being me, it's like, I don't want to get dependent on anybody, because, you know, I'm traumatized. So I kind of got to get over the trauma of literally not really having anybody to depend on. Like, when it comes time for me really needing help, like, it's crickets, you know what I mean? But when it comes time for me taking care of everybody else, it's no problem at all. So I have to get used to, you know, actually having people who deep down inside I know they'll help. Like, deep down inside, I know that. But as a person who just never had that, like, you can't be mad at me for not being comfortable with, you know, every time I did go to someone for help, I'm getting shot down. Like, baby. But the thing about it is, like, it never breaks me, because I just keep on going. Like, it is what it is. And it's like, people do that to break you. And I know it by how they respond back to me being like, okay. You know what I mean? So I know that's like a little ramble, but like, that's my mind thought process. But also for my ladies, like, it's important for you to know your car for these reasons alone. And the thing about it is, you don't know how to fix it. But damn right, if I can fix it myself, yes, I'll fix it myself. Like, I've done it before. I can't remember what car it was. I really cannot remember. But yes, if there's something that I see easily I can do myself, I do it myself. And then, honestly, my number one issue is just finding me a new mechanic, because my good mechanic, I really don't know what happened with him. He just disappeared. I think he got sick or something. But like, I still miss my old mechanic, because he was the most realest mechanic out there, and he's the reason why I know more about my cars than, you know, people give me credit for. Because the one thing he's taught me, and hopefully the right women can understand this logic, is it's okay to be a woman and not know about your car, but as a woman, know your car. You don't have to know nothing about no cars, but just know your car. And that speaks volumes. So like, my analogy for this is just like, you know your man, when your man up to no good, when your man is cheating, when your man is lying. Like, literally, same thing with your car. Get to know your car to know, like, okay, around this time, yeah, I normally gotta do this, this, and this. So, yeah. Get to know your car. Get to understand your car. And honestly, as you grow with your car and other cars, you start to understand logics a little bit better. So yes, ladies, especially right now, people are money hungry. Get to know your car. Understand your car. Don't just rely on your man and your brother or your daddy, grandpa, whoever to, you know, take care of it for you. Like, know it. Because when you have an emergency situation, yes, at the end of the day, let them know, oh, I got my daddy, I got my uncle, I got my man, I got my whoever male that you can reference. Like, 100% say that shit. But at the end of the day, while you wait for them to come take care of the business, you as a woman need to understand, like, okay, he think I don't know what I'm doing. let's keep it that way. But deep down inside, when he start doing some unnecessary stuff that you know deep down inside he is not true, that's where you can be like, oh no, trust me, my whoever is gonna get it. We're good. No need. Da 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 da. Like, that's why it's important. Not to take away from a man being a man, but you have to protect yourself when he's not around, right? So it's a protective mechanism for yourself as well, because once they realize, like, you're not gonna let nobody do nothing until you talk to these men, like, there's nobody's gonna argue with that if you catch my drift. Like, the minute I name dropped my grandpa and my uncle, like, this wall, this facade went down. But then, of course, he hears that and he's like, ooh, let's try to milk it for some more. And that's where he backfired, because he got greedy. That's exactly what happened. He got greedy and it backfired on him. Because I guaranteed you, my headlight, I guaranteed you I could have got it done today. I could have gotten it done today. But where he lost me was tacking on more than needed to be. Because in my head, knowing that I was going to the dealership, I already had a price point by just previous prices that I've seen from the dealership. That's the part that he didn't, factored in when he was giving me all of this extra shit. Because easily, this liquid and shit, literally, that's another $200 when I can go get the liquid myself and possibly pour it myself. Like, do you get the gist of that? So that's why I was like, I'm really glad that I had him write it down, because reading it versus him speaking it, yeah, he tried to really make it sound bigger than what it is, and it's really not that big. And my source is my last mechanic, when he was like, yeah, all of this ain't even a priority. If anything, just just slowly start working on the list. And so that's why I had him write it down, because he told me that. And then that's why I want to get a mechanic, also a second opinion, because a mechanic, I can go to a mechanic and literally get all my prices, no problem. And the thing about it is, I can go to a mechanic, get all this shit done, possibly at the most $300, literally, versus the dealership. Literally, that nigga was trying to tack on $1,000 debt. No, sir. No. So yes, that's why it's important for you to know your car, because maybe just because you got it, why do you need to spend it all? Like, no. Save your money. You may need that for something else. Like, literally, I can go take that $1,000 that man was trying to rack up on me and buy all this shit, get this shit done for $200, $300 max, depending on if there is anything extra wrong, and literally take the rest of that money and save it, splurge on myself, go shopping, whatever it is. Like, can I get me an iPad for that? I could probably get me an iPad with that extra money. So, like, come on, think about that logic with it. I'm done. I'm done, because now I'm just talking. But I do hope you understand that logic, because in the midst of me understanding my logic, I want you to understand it as I'm also learning, as well as I'm like figuring out people's demeanors and like where they fuck up and shit at. Because yeah, the whole time I'm talking, I'm acknowledging his whole personality during the whole thing. And that's where I was like, yeah, as soon as he heard my grandpa, he racked up the charges and really backfired on his ass. So yes, looks like that's gonna be what we're doing today. So I'm gonna go ahead and go do this now, because I need to get some more gas in the car too, and I don't want to be out all day, and it's still pretty early. So yeah. Okay, so don't completely quote me on this, but before I forget, I don't know if AutoZone still does this, but a lot of times if someone tries to charge you for a diagnostic test, you can easily go to AutoZone. They have the machine to plug it into your car, and you can get your free diagnostic test that way for your car. So I don't know if they still do it, so don't quote me. But if they do it, like literally, sis, take it to AutoZone, find out what codes, and honestly, watch how they machines still pick up the same thing. Like they still gonna may charge you, but at the end of the day, get your free copy first and then go to someone else. Because if you know something that's for sure needs to get worked on, automatically they're gonna say that price goes towards that. So be okay with that price going towards that. But then after you pay for the one thing that you for sure you know you want to get fixed or need to get fixed, you can either take their diagnostic, have them write down the price of everything, and then you can slowly work on it, because a lot of stuff does not need to be done as soon as possible. So it's important to keep your diagnostic with you. So at this point, hopefully I can get a free diagnostic. But if not, if the headlamp is the only thing I get done at the dealership, then what I'm going to do is just do the headlamp and then just go in there with an extra $100 or something. That way if they try to tack on some bullshit. But honestly, even me paying $200 for a headlamp bulb, I just can't live with it. But because I don't have a mechanic right now, I'm gonna have to do it, if that makes sense. So hopefully I can find somebody to replace the bulb, because I don't know if y'all know this, but your back bulb lights, easily I've gotten all my bulb lights fixed at the AutoZone. Like, some of these things are so simple and so easy where they can fix it for you for free. Like, I've had a battery put in my car, everything. So that's why I want to go do that first, because if they can do it themselves, then bitch, I saved myself what, $5-10 on the bulb, and then they're putting it in for me. Yeah, so think about that. That's all I have to say, is like, keep those things in mind.